How's it going, everybody? Well, 2 nights in a row of drinking alcohol, so I don't know how that's going to work out with me. And I pushed the legal limit tonight, so had a blast. It was good to get out. I don't drink maybe 10 times a year out of 365 days. I don't get drunk, but I let y'all judge me, and I wanted to come home and do a video. And even though I've been drinking alcohol, so I have to let y'all judge me. That's just the way it is. And there's things I want to share. And I thought of doing future tense 163,464. That's Trump's number 14 times six. He's born on the 14th day, 6 months, 1946. And his number is 163,464. So previous videos were high on October 7th. There's 85 days left in the year, and you understand the future tense that we just talked about. Well, you go 85, which on October 7th, there's 85 days left in the year. So that's a future tense type number. So just his number times 85, right off the bat, you get the 138. 89, Candy's next marriage number. That's her fiance's next wife. That was his fiance's. Let me see. Her birthday was 3 times 16 times 1968. It was 94464. And so you see the 944 there, but it doesn't really evolve. So 1.63464 times 85. So there's your 944 again. Now, whoops. Trump's number times 85. Let's start over. 138 for Donald Trump. Forget the 89. That's Candy's next marriage number. But you have the 444, which is 37 times 12. It's the 12th progression. It's the church. I told y'all, when I played for Teamsters 444, that 37 is the 12th prime number. So we do 37 progressions because it seems to have matched everything that's in their world. And sure enough, well, the 37th progression, the 12th progression of 37, which 37 is the 12th prime number, is 444. So that's basically like Donald Trump, 138, and the church squared. And we know that the Antichrist, he is here appointed. Like Trump said, somebody had to do it. He is here appointed to cleanse the church, though he will be judged accordingly. Is he a good guy? No, he's the Antichrist. He's the bad guy. But yet the Lord has ordained him to do what the Lord needs to have done to the church. The Antichrist has to make war with the saints, Daniel 7:21. And the Antichrist needs to or must wear out the saints, Daniel 7:25, which is Trump Tower's 5 multiple addresses. So that's Trump's number times 85, which is 85 days left in the year on October 7th. Let's times it by the year 2022. There's Candy and I's first 3 digits, 455. And then times it by 7, because it's October 7th. So we're doing 10 times 7 times 2022 times 85, which is remaining. And right off the bat, you get a 666. So that's pretty strong. And it's day 280. I don't think that gives us much. Well, you do get a 333. I'm not going to get into explaining that. but 305, anytime you have 3 digits and a 0 in the middle, you take the third and put it in front of the first, which is 530. It's another way to say 53, and there's another 53. So the numbers are good. If he were to go down that day, at least passes that sort of criteria, that cipher. And OJ in the white Bronco. I was like, well, what freeway was he on? Will that tell us anything? What if it was Freeway 93 or 98? Lo and behold, it is the 91st freeway. When AC was riding the white horse, the white Bronco. This is AC. I've got OJ. They were on Freeway 91. It was a Google search. Let me see here. Freeway, AC Cowlings, OJ Simpson chase. It didn't say. If I say Freeway 91, AC Cowlings, OJ Simpson. On Freeway 91. TV News Chopper. So that's September 1st coding. Now, you know, oddly, strangely, everything is. When I met Candy, us times the first year, y'all are familiar with the anomaly, 626, 126 for 15 years. And then when we got married, it rolled to 627, 127 for 16 years. Begins with a 91, the 91 freeway, the 91, the 91, all the way down. This was the first year. It began with 92, and it's fused with 2001, A Space Odyssey, and or when the twin Trumps came down. We do have September 5th right there, sort of coded in, followed by the 216. So there's a lot of stuff we're looking at. 79 is also September 7th. When you see the 795, that's him going down on 95 and rising on 97, just written backwards. Because in many countries, 79 is the 7th of September. Now, he could get hit at Michael's big day of 9-3. And now Jamie texted me something to do with 9-3. I didn't really get into it. I tried calling her. And it was late. It was midnight. But she found something interesting that went along with Michael's 93. And the 93 is big. And I need to go to... Let's just see what your comments are. We have one comment, and that is Letrodechius Hesperus, Western Black Widow, our creator, Yahweh, shows the goddess religion, Lucifer's spirit of world and sin nature in the likeness of the Black Widow spider. Countless films seem to point to that. Even the 888 connects to the goddess, as does Disney Plus, excuse me. Plus equals 8. 8 minus 1 equals 7. What's going down is the division between these two numbers, 8 versus 7. Okay. Worldwide Widow. Love that name. Videos, do you have anything in your playlist? Symbols of the Black Widow, COVID-19, 27 videos, powers of Yahweh. So anyway, not really getting any volume here, but it's good to hear from you. We're glad you're here. So I did think it was interesting that they were on the 91st freeway. Does he go down on 91 and rise on the 3rd? which is what all of those strong connections would be that Michael discovered. Okay, so there's just a myriad of things to look at, ways that we can perceive it. It's all so deep. I'll get rid of that one. Now, Stephen King's It, I thought, good grief, let's look at Stephen King's It. That's what Donnie Darko's mom was reading when the movie opened up. It froze to September 1st. So that's 91 for a second time. The movie dates pro to either September 29th or October 2nd. That's the movie dates. The book date pros to September 1st. Stephen King's book, It, that Donnie Darko's mom was reading at the beginning of the movie, 138 for Donald Trump in Gematria. So that's big, 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 big. Now, the movie's release dates were September 5th, 2017 for a premiere, and then the United States, which I would assume the worldwide release, September 8th. That's 95 and 98 coding right there for Stephen King's It. So again, just more fascinating trivia, I guess. Another thing I wanted to look at. Don't forget that Jesus rose on the third day, but he ascended 40 days. He ascended to heaven. So the word ascending, we have to go back to that. We used to do that months ago, and we kind of got out of it. There's rising and ascending. Well, the Dark Knight rises, he climbs out of the pit, and that relates to rising on the third day. And it was, the Dark Knight Rises was released on the third day after the Dark Knight, July 18th, and then July 20th, both on leap years, 2008, 2012. Well, after the Lord rose on the third day, he was then with his apostles and others for 40 more days. It was a total of 42 days from his death. Following his death, 42 days, including his death, 43 days. So we had 42 days. So I started looking at all the full moons for the rest of the year. August 28th, which is today. If he went down today, it would connect to the full moon in October. The next one is September 27th. That would connect to the full moon in November. If he goes down on October 26th, and notice it backs up a day. August 28th, September 27th, October 26th. If he goes down October 26th, 42 days later is the full moon in December. It's December 7th, that Pearl Harbor date. So it's just something to look at. Now, don't forget, 1026 was on the license tag that was in that James Bond movie. And let me see if I can find it real quick. I went to my site and keyed in 1026, and it brought up 102 or 1026.
So the gunshots at Bond
What movie?
are
What movie?
at the 1026, you know, when they went 88 miles per hour.
Okay. Not following, but that's okay. We're with you.
Let me
It's my own video.
turn down the volume a little bit. It's pretty loud with the gunfire and all that. But the 1026 tag, you know, we all
Which Bond movie was this?
live in a yellow submarine. Well, it's a yellow Volkswagen, but it's got 1026. That's either a 102 for October 2nd, or it's October 26th when they went 88 miles per hour. So just dates to look at. Or
Which again, October 26th would be that 42 days from the December 7th Pearl Harbor Day full moon.
you know, I think we're
That's the final full moon of 2022.
we are running dates
And the beginning of the Donnie Darko Festival.
already charted on the Excel spreadsheet from various October 2nds, 88 or this year backwards, along with when they went since 85.
So did I ever show?
There's that 1026 tag right there. It's 1026, little fuzzy.
Well, focus it in for us, buddy. If you're a quality YouTuber,
A lot fuzzy.
that's all you got.
Make it out, but that's what's on the front of the card.
Oh, boo. Dude, you're no good. So let's get the date on this because this would have been April 17th. So let me find other videos. I think I had better videos. April 17th.
Visual. All right, there's your better visual.
God, you sound like you've been drinking. Try it one more time, buddy.
All right, there's your better visual.
Sounds like I've had a little too much to eat. But yeah, there's the yellow car, 1026. Still don't know what James Bond movie this was. I think it was Octopussy. And I'm not trying to be cute when I say that.
There's your better visual. Got the A for Antichrist. 1026 or the 102.
Thank you. That's great. All right. So 1026 is a day in play. There's no doubt about that. I mean, once October hits, I'll probably be on top of every single day. Good grief. I'm basically on top of every single day right now. When we look at the 28th, today, penumbral, annular solar, Trump at the Wailing Wall. Do we really think he's going down today? No. But let's look at every day. Birdman, Venice premiere. American Pie, recorded date. Release date not given. Not for the song. The album, though, we've covered that. And we've got it loaded, I'm almost sure. If not, Michael will make sure we know. And Partial Lunar, March 2nd or 3rd, 1961, year I was born. By the way, those items all hit on October 4th. If you were to go down on that day, those would be the rising days for that day. All right, deal. Get it, got it, good. All right. And Sunday, good Lord willing, I will do a video on August 29th's items. You do get the St. Mary Axe, The World's End, which is kind of like what we were doing. That movie's about going from bar to bar to bar. I went to 3 different drinking establishments tonight. One was a restaurant and a bar. A friend that I worked with and my old PE coach. And then another gentleman joined us. He was in, let's just say law enforcement. And he joined us. And the one friend went home. He had to play golf early. And then we went to another place. And so I drink more alcohol than I usually do when I go out socially. So hopefully I'm not like slurring or. But anyway, that's what's set up for Monday. And Monday, it's kind of a big day. A little bit for me, a little bit. The 30 St. Mary Axe is tremendous, as we talked about. The World's End also hits on it. We do have one of the 4 penumbrals of 2020 hits on it. In the Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons. But I have 4 personals that match the 4, I don't know, non-personals. The only one that would make sense to share with you would be the birthdays of 11/17/1961 of 2 guys that were big baseball players. One died, and then at the funeral, the other one, born on 11/17, sat on one side, and the other one that sat on the other side of me was born on 9/11, 2 years later, 1963. All 3 are dead. All 3 died young. Obviously, the guy at the funeral that we were attending, but the 2 on each side of me died very young, soon afterwards. And the other one also had an 11/17 birthday of 1961. And then the other one had a birthday of 9/11, 1963. Strange. So to me, it's noteworthy in that personal realm. That all hits on Monday, the 29th. That's all. That's all we're looking at. I do want to do the gematria on Heidi 2 or Heidi 2 or the number 2, because that was on the marquee. I sent this to Michael also because he's way better at gematria than I am. His family is back home. They were gone for almost 2 weeks, or maybe for 2 weeks. And I thought to myself, on the movie Groundhog Day, when Heidi 2 is on the marquee, and there is no movie called Heidi 2, but Heidi was the movie that played on television that stopped America from watching the Jets Raiders game. The Heidi game, Jets Raiders, November 17th. That was on purpose. November 17th, assassination year of 1968, which is Martin Luther King's year and RFK's year. And it's called the Heidi game. It's Jets Raiders. Raiders have the right eye patch, and the Jets are the Jets. The Jets hitting the Twin Trumps. It doesn't get any better than that. Now you've got the score of 43-32 for Trey 2. I'm just kidding. I just talk out loud sometimes. Attendance was 53. My next marriage number, 53-318. You remember that TV show Touched that I showed y'all with the 318 coding? That was weird. So we tracked that date. I do have that date tracked of the that'll hit September 2nd, the Heidi Bowl. We'll get to it when we get to it. It's coming up. And that was the day I was hit by a paper airplane in my right eye. So, and we just, we'll get to it all when we get to it all. One day at a time, folks. But Michael and I, one of us really needs to get on the gematria of Heidi 2, which was on the marquee. Let's see if I can bring that up. Groundhog Day movie marquee, Heidi 2. So when I hit that and click images, there it is. Son of a gun, we're going to have big fun on the bayou. So let me save that if it'll let me. Hang on. Would not save and suggested that I discard. Let's try it off Facebook. That's fuzzy. Is there anything else that gives us? Let's try this one, IMDb. Just got a number 1 down there. Let's see when I save it. Nope. See where it says discard down at the lower right? It says it will not download securely. In other words, there's something attached to it. As if to say, those jokers wanted to hit me up. Hang on, let me put you on pause. Let me figure something out. Now notice it says Saturday, Sunday matinee, which really, in my opinion, I've always thought he's going to go down on a Friday because that was the death of Jesus. Rising on Sun God Day, but I love 9/8 also. Thor Day, Thursday, that Thor release, all that. But he and I need to do a gematria on HEIDIII or the number 2, because he says numbers will translate on certain ciphers, or TWO. All three need to be carefully looked at, because if one of them spits out an October 7th or September 3rd or September 8th, or, I like those Friday, September 30th or October 2nd. That 8-day span of time is just, that's my wheelhouse right now. 9:30 or 10:7. Those 2 Fridays are just like screaming at me right now. And those were the most recent. The rest of the items, I think I might have already have shown y'all this. On September 3rd, Michael's big day. And to me, it's a very big day because of Michael's hard work. And Jamie sent me a text on the day because she's really looking at it too, thanks to Michael's hard work. Now look at the URL of the movie Point Break. It's got a 1020, again with this 1026, 1026. That is the movie Point Break. Well, Tony Stark, who is Iron Man, iron mixing with clay, Daniel 243. Now, don't forget Daniel 243. Day 243 is the 31st of August, which has on our ciphers shot, and the 9/11 event, and then shooting. But y'all, that translates to October 7th also. And when you go to my personal pros, that's my divorce date. Groundhog Day divorce date, August 31st. It's really hard to get away from that. All those hit on October 7th. And we've already shown you Trump's sort of progresses. It's what we began this with, his number, 16346 times the 85th days left in the year, 138, and there's your 444, times 2022. Candy and I's combined number, 455, times it by 10/7, which is October 7th. You get the 666. It's pretty big. It's big. 163464 times it's the 280th day of the year. Here's another way to look at it. Okay. Okay. Just looking. We'll get to these days when we get to it, like, on the 31st of August. That's a big day, but really it's October 7th, which I'm just like freaking out at the 3 movies released on that day. See previous videos. But the Gators play Utah on September 3rd, and Bama plays Utah State, and Keanu Reeves' character was called Johnny Utah from the movie Point Break. Again, all going back to Michael's big day. Johnny Utah, Keanu Reeves, Mr. Matrix. They wore the mask called ex-presidents. Trump is an ex-president. Tony Stark who is Iron Man, calls Thor Point Break. Thor is released to the masses on 9/8. Which is also a day. There's only one movie released on September 8th. It's on a Thursday. Why is any movie released on a Thursday? Is anything released on the next Thursday on the 15th? No. What about the 22nd, the next Thursday? No. What about the 29th, the following Thursday? No. But for some reason, on 9/8, the movie Medieval is released, and its URL, like we showed you earlier, see previous videos, 888-3486. 34 years between 88 and 2022. Text to Trump, 88-022. Well, 34 years between the 88 and the 22. It's called Medieval. It's 888-3486. That's a big day, September 8th, based off their tells. All of their tells are meant to trick us, except for one. We really have no way of knowing. Michael's gut, I tell Michael, follow your gut. I tell myself, follow my gut. My gut is telling me September 31st, well, September 8th, rising 2 days later on the full moon. September, well, 95, because that's Candy and I's combined number times a year. It's in that anomaly we share. 95 followed by 216, also has a 2001 in it. My number times her number times the year has that mathematical anomaly. But that 95, so September 5th, September 8th, but really September 30th and October 7th. Those are my big ones right now. Big. 95, September 5th, followed by 216. And the beauty of the, if you look at that 795, I'm going to underline that. I want to underline the 795 because it's saying dies on 9/5, rises on 9/7, and then goes to Abomination of Desolation 216. It's got 2001. It begins with September 2nd, 92. Does he get hit on the 2nd? Dies on the 5th, rises on the 7th. Never makes it to his rally on 9/3. Or ignore the 92. Does he get hit on 9/3? Die on 9/5? Rise on 9/7? And then goes into perdition to eventually return seemingly from the dead on April 20th, Michael's birthday. I don't know. All right, love y'all. Thanks for putting up with me.